Court-appointed special advocate volunteers are child advocates that come from all backgrounds and walks of life, supporting the abused and neglected children and youth in St. Louis by representing the child's best interests in court and in the community. The CASA volunteers step up and serve nearly 950 children. They did that in 2018. With substantial growth, this means more needs. Over 1,400 children are in need of a CASA volunteer. Welcome the manager of the Volunteer Engagement Program, Miss Beth Fultz, to STL Live. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, man, that's a lot of need.
Yes. Unfortunately, between St. Louis City and St. Louis County, there's over 1,700 children who are in foster care at this time. So the goal of our program would be to serve all children who are in foster care. So right now we serve about 40% of children in care, but with the use of more volunteers, we would be able to reach that goal of serving all children in care.
So when you say, like, what does that entail? Because I don't know what it means. What do they do?
Yes. So our court-appointed special advocates get to know the child that they're assigned to work with and build a relationship with them, as well as gather information from other members of the team. So if they're in school, teachers, doctors, therapists, case managers, and they make an informed recommendation to the court on behalf of the child. So what's unique about our program is our volunteers, as the name suggests, are court-appointed. So they attend court on behalf of the child every time that the child attends court to be able to make those recommendations to the judge and the court on their behalf.
So it's not a parent, it's not a foster parent.
No.
It's somebody completely out of the situation that can look at it from a child's point of view. So it's all for the children. So say I'm a volunteer and I've been assigned a 5-year-old girl that's in foster care. I would sit down and talk to her and find out exactly what her needs are, whether she wants to go back and be with her mom, where she may not want to say that to the foster parents.
So we're making informed and objective recommendations to the court. So you're right, our volunteers would speak with the child, get to know their needs a little bit more, as well as gather that other information from other members who are serving the child during the time that they're in care. Our role is to really provide a holistic recommendation to the judge on their behalf. So while a doctor might know the medical piece of their history or a teacher might know their educational history, our volunteers really know really know the holistic portion of the child. They gather information from each of those people to be able to make a recommendation to the judge. So they are certainly getting to know the child and visiting them, and also those other members of the team as well.
So how did this program even start? How long have you been involved?
Yes, so in St. Louis, we've actually been around for nearly 40 years now. So we started in the early 80s here in St. Louis, and over that time have been serving children in this capacity. We're actually part of a national organization. So the National CASA organization functions across the country doing the same type of work, serving children who are in foster care. The program started when a family court judge recognized that he was making such impactful decisions in the lives of children and families, and he wasn't getting that holistic picture to be able to make those decisions to best suit their needs. So it was actually started by a family court judge who recognized the need to have a community member step forward and step up for that child to be their voice. A lot of times children in foster care experience so much transition and so many changes during the time that they're in care. They might change placements, change schools, change case managers, and the idea is that a community volunteer can really be with them during that entire time to provide that stability, to provide that consistency that they're likely not getting elsewhere.
I love it. So why don't they just think that the foster parent would be able to provide that information? Why bring in another community member?
Yes, so our volunteers, as I mentioned, are really there to provide that objective voice for the child. So sometimes a foster parent is certainly a good tool for us to provide information, but we're maybe able to provide some objective content that maybe the foster parent wouldn't be able to provide, or again, just that extra layer of support, that extra voice for the child. Again, our program is unique because we are in the courtroom and providing those recommendations where the foster parent is providing more of the day in and day out support for the child.
Got you. So we'll find out about who is a great volunteer for this program. There's more on the court-appointed special advocate member program after this break. Stay with us for more STL Live.